all doing very well and taking good care of your mental health. I want to just come on here real quick, and there was an incident that happened on last week Friday. So today's Monday. So I was leaving the office, okay, getting into my car. It was a little bit past 2, and I saw, where I'm situated, one of the schools, the kids always pass by to go home. And so obviously I'm used to the sound and the noise of the kids making noise when they're going home and walking in groups. And so on this particular Friday, I hear this group running and screaming, and I just think something is happening, and as I look, I see this group of boys running towards this other group of boys who were walking, eating their ice creams or ice lollies or whatever they were having. This boy comes and he sucker punches the one boy. So this boy is trying to figure out who just hit me, what's happening, who's this person that hit me. And the girls start screaming, the boys are chanting these boys to continue fighting. And what they naturally do is they encircle the boys to be in a circle so that they can continue fighting. I run up to the wall, or the boundary wall, and I'm screaming, stop fighting, stop them. Because by this time I can see the one boy bleeding, the one who was sucker punched, and he's trying to get his bag off, and these kids are pushing them back in the circle. I was disgusted. Firstly, I was saddened. I was screaming. And the girls, most of the girls that were there, what they did, they started taking out their phones and they started recording. They started recording and chanting for the fight to continue. And I was so hurt by Hamnamuti Mashiri. And I'm screaming. I can't even jump over the fence or the wall. So what I did is I got into my car. I drove around to get to where they are. And as soon as I got off, the one that sucker punched the boy, his friends saw me running up to them. And as I'm trying to get through the crowd to get to the boys to stop them, they grab him and they run. But you could see that they're running. In my head, thinking they're running so that they can stop somewhere in front and wait for this boy, and then this fight continues. And as I'm trying to get the boy that was hit, they're actually blocking me from the boy, and they're like using all profanity, swearing at me. Yeah, who the hell do you think you are? What this, what F that? And I'm like, I need this boy to come with me, and you should stop fighting, and it's not good. And so this boy was obviously embarrassed, hurt, angry, sucker punched. And I love him because he at least has respect and he listened to me. And so I grabbed him by the arm and I'm like, you're coming with me. I need to get you checked out, because he was bleeding and I wasn't sure if he had broken his nose, and he was also bleeding from his mouth. And so I took him and I put him in my car, and I quickly rushed over the office, just washed his face, checked his nose, and his nose seemed okay. And then I called the relevant authorities to get him treated. So eventually we got people from the education sector to come and actually get him in. So why did I do what I did? It's because I understand what is the bystander syndrome. I spoke about it on my clips. Please check that out either on Markashi or Paradigm Shift, because it explains why people in a group wouldn't stop a fight or wouldn't stop something violent happening. So that's the first thing. Secondly, I don't condone any violence. Would I have gotten hit? Yes, I would have gotten hit. Was I thinking about that? No, because I don't want violence. I don't want any other child to be bullied and sucker punched or hit. I just don't agree with violence. And so that's just the natural instinct about me trying to just make sure that the kids are safe, because my passion is kids, my passion is addiction. Because anything about violence tells me that these kids don't know how to regulate their emotions, they don't know how to talk things through, and violence is the only thing that they know. And obviously this could be coming from how they were nurtured or groomed. And this is why I do what I do. This is why I talk about mental health. This is why I talk about trauma. This is why I talk about what are the effects of neglect, what are the effects of kids growing up in an adverse childhood experience, homestead. This is why I do what I do. And then when the whole situation diffused, he fell asleep before he was picked up by the relevant authorities to just get him checked out and so forth. But then I just hugged him. And he was like, he hasn't been hugged. He hasn't been hugged, and he was 17 years old. He wasn't hugged. He's never been hugged, so I could feel him shiver from anger and shame and all of these emotions. And I'm like, you're going to be fine. And this is not the option. I'm going to see you this week, you know. And I'm proud that you didn't follow, because he was so upset. He's like, I'm not done. I still want to continue. So I had to help him regulate his emotions, get him to talk about what's happening, understand why this happened, and just reassure him that he's not in trouble. And I will back him up, and that he should never choose violence. He comes from a single home parent. His mom is a cleaner somewhere, and he just was angry enough to go and do something horrible, and that could have gotten him to lose his school, got into prison, all of these things. So this is why we need to act up and talk about things that affect us as well, you know. So, and this is why I'm also doing a workshop on trauma-informed parenting, right? Check that out on my Facebook page. I'm going to do that on the 20th of May in Swakopmund. Please call me, check me out to see where and how you can get registered. And so that you come and understand why the kids do the things they do, and how we can become better parents, so that we de-escalate violence, de-escalate suicide rates, because we are the generation that can help the kids become better. And also we can start healing because of our past traumas, for those of us who have not healed. Okay, so I just wanted to share that testimony quickly. I'm happy I did that, but don't be a bystander. Help when someone is in distress, because you could be the only person that is helping them to be the better person, and just pay it forward. Just pay it forward later. Okay, so yeah, thank you for listening. I'm passionate about mental health. I'm passionate about the human beings, especially teenagers. And so yeah, for those of you that are in Swakopmund Valfus and who can make it on the 20th of May, come and see me and come and have an awesome workshop with me. Yeah.